When you've completed your Amidah, you may be seated. We turn to page 203, Kaddish Shalem.
Yit kara v'yit kara shemei rabah v'yamad yivraki v'tei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayei chonish yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael ba'akalau v'zman kari v'imeru Amen Yehei shemei rabah mevarach v'yalam yomei umaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitarav v'yitalev v'yithalal shemei d'kudusha v'rikul le'elam in kol b'chatav v'shirata Amen. Dit kabal tzolom zotom de kol Israel kodam avon v'shmai v'imeru. Amen. Yehesh lama rabba min shmai v'chaim alein v'al kol Israel v'imeru. Amen. Oh, say shalom, shalom bimromav. Yaseh shalom. Oh, say shalom, shalom bimromav. Yaseh shalom. Yaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imeru amen. Page 204. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Jay.
Oh, you're going to talk?
Yeah, we're going to
Okay, sure.
pause for a moment. Chag Sameach, everybody. Chag Sameach. So, as we're on the second day of Pesach, I've been thinking about the fact that over 70% of Jews around the world celebrate Pesach by having a Seder. 70%. That's wild. That is an absurd number compared to any other Jewish observance that happens throughout the year. So I wanted us to spend a few minutes talking together, and I want to hear some ideas of why do you think that is? Why is this holiday so highly celebrated when this is not the easiest holiday to celebrate? It's a lot of work. It's a big commitment. So why do you think? If anybody put on a Seder or went to a Seder, you know what you got into. Actually, I had somebody come to my Seder, somebody who works for our synagogue, who's not Jewish, and we invited him. And, I thought he knew what he was getting into. And about an hour and a half in or so, he turned to the person next to him and he said, could you just let me know what's the time frame on this? I mean, when's the meal coming out? I totally forgot to tell him what he was in for. But why do so many of us celebrate? Okay, so let's hear it. So raise your hands, and before you speak, say your name. Because some of us know each other, some of us don't know each other. It's always a good reminder. All right, so why? Why so many people celebrating this holiday?
Chag Sameach, and Massey for freedom.
For freedom. It's a holiday of freedom. The theme is so strong, freedom.
For the guests, I'm Sarah. I'm the baby nanny. For the guests, it's actually very easy. They just attend.
For the guests, it's easy. They just attend.
For me, I gave 2 Seders, and I'm exhausted. So the fact is, the reason why so many people observe it, it isn't that difficult to observe it.
Yeah.
And what's interesting, though, is that so many people they didn't have to, because they'd already gone to the first Seder. And I'm guessing for most people, it probably would have been enough. But we were packed last night. And I don't know that I understand that.
Right. So Sarah's saying, well, for the people attending, it's not so much work. You just got to show up. But if you're putting on a Seder, it's a ton of work. But what Sarah said also is, but people came the second night. They already had a Seder, and they still came the second night. So again, why is this holiday so compelling? Why is this? So let's get some other reasons. Why is this holiday and a Seder in particular? Why is the Seder so fantastic? And tell us your name.
I'm Don Markovitz. I think for me, the memory of the family getting together is the most important thing. I mean, they come from whatever temple they're going to, but they're coming to the Seder. And we have a lot of people. I mean, my father-in-law was one of 10. My mother-in-law was one of 10. So it was a big we had to go into restaurants to be able to handle 150, 165 people. And my father-in-law lived to be almost 101. He was a member of this temple, and he ran it. And then he taught my son how to do the Seder. So he has a legacy, and he's been running it all these years. So it's been as I say, it's been a fantastic way to get together.
Great. So what Don was saying is that it's family focused, right? It's family centered. It's intergenerational. You've got different generations participating. You've got different people coming, and it passes on. Who's leading the Seder might change year to year and with different generations. All right, any other ideas? Why is a Seder so wonderful? Why is it so great? Yeah. All right. Tell us your name and then
Shoshana.
It's a great name. We're just joyful. It's a
And it's because it's our origin story. It is the story of the Jewish people becoming the Jewish people, the Hebrews traveling through the desert and becoming free from slavery. So we went from oppressed to free and going back to our land.
Great. So it's got a compelling story. The story is compelling. And I would push to say that the story is both a particularist story for the Jewish people. It's also a universalist story that it connects to really anybody. This idea of Shoshana, what you're saying, going from slavery, going from confinement to freedom, to liberation. That's a compelling story for anybody attending. Did you, that's what you're going to say.
Oh.
Did you have it? Oh, I was told you had an idea.
She's telling me I did. I'm Faith. I think the whole Seder is fun. I mean, we're retelling our story, but we make it fun for our children. We ourselves had fun. We sing songs that we hold dear. I think it's something that brings our tradition alive.
Great. So the Seder is fun. There's singing. There are questions. There's interesting food. It's experiential. So, yeah, did you have was that a hand or just a head scratch over here? A head scratch. All right. Well, all right. So we've got all these different ideas. Why is it so compelling? And I would say all of this is true. And it all fits into a few things. Number one, the Seder is family focused and home based. You can do it in your home. You actually don't need a rabbi to do a Seder. You can do it yourself. And that's great. We want that. We want that. Yeah, we want that. He's like, we don't need those rabbis. So one, it's home-based. Two, you ask a lot of questions. And questions are a way to get people engaged. That questions actually allow us to say, I can be the wise child, or I can also be the contrarian. That I can push back, I can have questions, and that's something that brings people in. To be able to say, I don't know everything, I have questions, or I'm not sure about something. I'm not sure if I agree with this tradition. And three, there's a guidebook. There's a Haggadah. It tells us exactly how to celebrate it. It lets us go through the motions, and it explains to us, how do we do this holiday? So I'm thinking about all of our other holidays because you are all very committed. You're here today. And we might think for future holidays, how do we make that happen? How do we get more and more people to not only have 70% of the Jewish people having a Seder, but what about our other holidays that are coming? And I want to offer the idea that maybe we need to create a guidebook as well. Maybe we need a guidebook for those other holidays, a Haggadah for our other holidays, so that one, people can do it at home, so that we feel like we have autonomy over our holiday, so that we could do it with our family, so that we can ask questions, and so that we can also bring something new. So I hope that by the time the holidays come, our community works on a guidebook together so that we can all take part in celebrating each and every holiday that comes. It's so wonderful to see everybody here today. See you again soon. We're going to continue with our service, and thank you for participating. Chag Sameach. We're going to continue with our service with Ein Keloheinu, page 204.
Ein kemalkeinu, ein kemoshienu, mi keloheinu, mi kadonenu, mi kemalkeinu, mi kemoshienu. No del Eloheinu, no del Adonenu, no del Malkeinu, no del Moshienu. Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu. Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu, Atahu Shekiru, Atahu Levanecha, Eketoret Asami.
Let's have everyone age 14 and under. Lead Aleinu.
We rise, page 205.
Bring it up.
I know you know it. We'll know it.
1, 2, 3.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל לתת גדולה ליוצר ראשית שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה שלא זר חלקנו כהם וגורמות לנו כבחיל עמונה אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים שחרינו לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש
הוא נושא שמיים ויוסי הארץ ומשה יקרות השמיים ושכינתו זו וגובי מרומי הוא אלוהינו אמת מלכנו אפס ובתו ככתוב בתורתו ידעת היום והשבות
אל לבבך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים
בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת Oh, we did last night. We'll mention that. Yeah.
Are we going to say?
Yeah.
Are we going to say Al Kain Bavlecha?
Here we go. Kakatu. 1, 2, 3.
ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
Thank you, guys.
Oh, thank you.
We turn to mourner's Kaddish. If you are observing a yahrzeit or are in a period of mourning, I invite you to remain standing if you're able. Page 207, mourner's Kaddish.
Just a moment. Excuse me. Excuse me. Today is Wednesday, the 24th of April, the 16th day of Nisan. We remember with love and devotion the yahrzeit of Heshmat Asil, Yaakov Begin, David Edry, Amir Elihu, Leo Frankenstein, Heshmat C. Gatan, Abe Golden, Ruhollah Halimi, Muriel B. Honig, Leon Knobel, Yetta Letterman, Edwin G. Marcus, Herzl Melamed, Henny Vision, Marjorie Oswald, Toria Parat, Sarah Shore, and Paula Wolfson. I'm not going to read the whole list of the continuing list today. Page 207. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabah ve'alamad divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayei Kohn v'yomei Kohn v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabah v'varach le'olam olam me'ol mayah. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalach shemei v'kudisha barichu le'ela min kol brekata v'shirata tush brekata v'nechemata ta'amiran v'alama v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen.
Announcement.
Very well.
Enjoy the rest of your Chag. Oh, do we have Passover cookies over here?
I hope they should be.
Really appetizing.
Actually, I had one announcement. We're working on a Passover mural, a sticker mural. The kids started it yesterday, and throughout the week it'll be available. So adults, last night we had our Atid participants, our young professionals work on it. Today I would love for adults to start working on it, and by the end of the week, we'll finish the mural together. It will be located in the entrance over here, and please, I welcome your participation.
And Minister Shabbat is Shabbat.
Excuse me.
A lot of stuff happening.
I'll be back here at 5:45. Right? So please join me for Minyan at that time. And we're back on our regular schedule for tomorrow and Friday, 7:30 a.m., 5:45 p.m. The men's club will run this service on Saturday, and some of our participants are right here. We conclude with Adon Olam in the key of D major. Adon Olam Hashem Allah B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Li'eit Nasa B'chefso Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Azai Melech Shemo Nikra V'yacharei Kiklot HaKol Mevado Yimloch Nora Vehu Haya Vehu Hoveh Vehu Yeh B'tifara Vehu Yeh B'tifara Vehu Echad V'yein Sheni L'hamshilo L'hakbira V'li Reshit V'li Tachlit V'lo Ha'oz V'ha'misra V'lo Ha'oz V'ha'misra V'hu Eli V'chai Go'ali V'tzur Kevli V'eitzara V'hu Nisi Umanosli V'nat Kosi V'yom Ekra V'nat Kosi V'yom Ekra V'yado Avti Ruti V'yei Kishan V'yayira V'imruchi Geviyati Adonai Li V'lo Ira Adonai Li V'lo Ira. We rise, please. There's a special one for this. Vaydaber Moshe Mo V'Hadei Adonai El B'nai Yisrael. Shafri!
L'chaim!
Yikat Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam bo beit pri hakafen.
Amen.
Amen. Well, you know what's done there. Exactly. Mochi lechem and ha'aretz, we give thanks to God for my matzah. But you're good and happy for it. That's not fair. We said, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min ha'aretz. Thanks a minute. Thank you.
Okay, so maybe at the end of the month.
Well, these are like the most
No. I would just give it to friends who's like
I hope I